The zoom is also one of the important functions of the camera. This camera has got two buttons for zoom. One is a button where you can control it with your right hand on the side, which goes like this, and you zoom out this way. The second is on the top. This is a slower zoom. When you zoom in, it zooms in slower, it zooms out slower. The zoom ring on most other cameras like the Sony PD is you can't really see it turning. This is a fascinating thing about this camera is while shooting, I can actually zoom by turning this ring. If I turn the ring towards the left, it zooms in. If I turn the ring toward the right, it zooms out. This is really fascinating and I enjoy zooming this way a lot more. If you wish to view what you've recorded, there's a simple button out here that says camera and VCR. Push the button and the VCR light turns green. You can view your recording on the LCD while using this joystick. Push it left for rewind, right for fast forward, down to stop and up to play. It's really very handy and easy to use as compared to the other cameras which have buttons and are a little difficult to press or you might press the wrong button. Well, the last and most important thing I want to explain to you is about audio. Audio may be slightly complicated, but it is one of the most essential parts of recording on the camera. You can get all the footage you want, but if you don't have the audio or the sound bite you require, well, what are you going to do? For audio, to judge the audio, firstly, the most important thing you require are the headphones. The headphones, of course, go on your ear, and the pin of the headphones goes into the back of the camera. The jack for the headphones is right next to the battery on the right side, titled as phones. Place it in and voila. Now, there are 4 buttons regarding audio. Channel 1 select, channel 2 select, input 1, input 2. Channel 1 select has 3 options, channel 2 has 2 options, and the input 1 and 2 just has an on-off option, which basically refers to the 48V+, that is 48 volts to use the mic. A very beautiful feature of this camera is that it has an onboard mic here. If you look at channel 1 and channel 2 settings, it says internal left and internal right. When internal left and internal right are selected, you can see that the 2 channels are bouncing as per I speak. To switch these off, I just need to push these switches down. Notice channel 1 goes off. Push channel 2 down, channel 2 goes off. No audio is being recorded. If you're taking someone's interview or need a specific sound, you're of course going to use a mic. This is a mic. The camera has 2 inputs located on the right side of the camera as input 1 and input 2. The male end of the mic goes into either input 1 or 2 as per your requirement. Right now I'm putting it into input 1. Now I want to record sound on input 1, so on channel 1 I'm going to push this down to input 1. Channel 2 is still recording on the internal mic as per the audio I want ambient sound. Input 1 and 2 both are on as plus 48V. Now I'm going to call in Arjun so that he can speak on the mic so I can show you the audio level variation. Arjun, if you please. Start talking, Arjun.
Yeah, I'm Arjun. I'm from Bangalore, studying Christ College. Come here to be a journalist.
Thank you.
Sports journalist.
Thank you, Arjun. Please stay there. Notice how on channel 1, because I'm recording his audio, it goes into the red. That is a bad sign as you're not really going to get good audio. What do you do is there are 2 volume knobs for the audio located at the bottom of the screen here. Just switch it towards the left and notice that when Arjun talks, please talk, Arjun.
As I was saying, wanted to become a sports journalist. Also love cinema, so good times is also an option.
Thank you, Arjun. Notice how I've controlled the level of audio that comes in through the mic in Arjun's hand. This is very handy as compared to controlling the dB levels on the PD. It's easier to use and you can hear the audio in the headphones very clearly. Now I'm recording Arjun's voice on the mic and I'm getting ambient sound as well. But if I do not want ambient sound, all I need to do is put the channel 2 down and that's off. Now only on channel 1 is where I'm recording Arjun's voice. What if I want Arjun's voice on both the channels? This option unfortunately is not available in input 1 but in input 2. For that, I switch from input 1 to input 2. Make sure that input 2 plus 48V is on. Channel 1 option is on input 2. Channel 2 option is on input 2. And Arjun, if you could please speak.
Yep, football and cricket are I'm very passionate about those 2 sports and also love watching world cinema.
Yeah. I can record Arjun's voice at different volumes based on how I control the volume knob. Notice how I can control the audio levels from jumping into the red with these knobs, and his audio gets recorded on both the channels. This is a little useful in case on one channel the audio gets distorted but you still have a backup on the other. Notice these two are off and hence I have no ambient sound. If I want ambient sound on one channel, I will either have to shift channel 1 onto the internal mic or channel 2 to the internal mic. Either ways, I can capture either his voice on one channel, both channels, or one channel with his voice and the ambient sound on both. The manual is not the enemy, the mind is. I read the manual and primed the Panasonic. This was easier than reading a dummy's guide to the internet. So don't be afraid, read the manual. Impossible is nothing.